Hello, Matt. Welcome to Cannes.
Hi, it's nice to be here.
Congratulations to start with. You have about 43 executions shortlisted this week. That's really exciting.
Thank you.
And they're all under the same campaign. They're all for I'm Lovin' It, which is actually very special. It's McDonald's longest running campaign, and you are its steward. What's special about I'm Lovin' It? How has it progressed from the beginning to now?
Well, the interesting thing about I'm Loving It and how it's progressed is that it's a true reflection of how our customers feel about us. It is a true expression of how we see our brand. So McDonald's for a number of years has always been about happiness and joy and fun, a place for people to come with their families, and people to come alone. So the idea of I'm Loving It, it was just an outgrowth of how people truly experience our brand. The campaign has been running for nearly a decade. In conjunction with I'm Loving It, our business has been doing very well. So we are a firm believer that I'm Loving It is having a profound impact on how people view our brand and how people are coming to visit McDonald's and why they're coming to visit McDonald's.
Prior to working at McDonald's, you were a VP at Visa, where you also guided their longest running campaign, It's Everywhere You Want to Be. What makes these two slogans, these two campaigns so special? What makes them endure?
Yeah, so I did work at Visa for quite a while, working on Visa, It's Everywhere You Want to Be, and of course McDonald's, I'm Loving It. The thing that makes them so powerful is their singular ideas, and they're true. So for Visa, It's Everywhere I Want to Be was true in terms of the Visa card. For McDonald's, I'm Loving It is a true expression of how people see us and how we see ourselves. So I think this idea of authenticity is key to what makes great advertising great and what makes it enduring.
How do you decide what kind of work should go into the I'm Lovin' It campaign? How do you decide how it evolves?
It's in a constant state of improvement. As a company, McDonald's believes in being constantly on the move, constantly reinventing ourselves. And the reason is because our customers are constantly changing. So I'm Loving It, while it's been running for nearly 10 years, we've been in a continuous state of finding ways to make it stronger, finding ways to make it more meaningful, and doing that both at a strategic level. So our business is in 117 countries. We're a highly decentralized organization. So we believe in the power of what we call a shared way of thinking about how the brand should look, feel, and act. And I'm Loving It is central to how the brand should look and feel and act.
Yeah, you mentioned that McDonald's is in a number of countries. It's one of the biggest enterprises in the world. Can you talk a little bit about its corporate responsibilities?
McDonald's was founded by a gentleman named Ray Kroc. And Ray Kroc believed from the very beginning that if we serve people food that they love at a price that they could afford and gave back to the communities who gave us so much, that would be a recipe for success. So we began Ronald McDonald House Charities, which provides care and places for children to stay and families to stay in hospitals and in care centers all around the world. So giving back is certainly nothing new to McDonald's.
Now let's talk a little bit about you. Who are you exactly? What was your trajectory to getting here?
So I have a degree in journalism. I thought I wanted to be in public relations, and I realized that wasn't the best place for me. And I sort of migrated into the ad agency business, and I was in account management. And I worked on several major brands. I worked on Compaq computers. I worked on Shell Oil. Finally, I had the opportunity to consider whether I wanted to stay in the agency world or the client world. And I decided that the client world was a good place for me. So back in the 1990s, I went to Visa and stayed there for a number of years and helped to steward a very successful advertising campaign. I have a real passion for the Olympic movement. And so I joined the U.S. Olympic Committee at a time where they needed help in refurbishing the Olympic brand. We did some wonderful things around that. And then to be able to go to a company like McDonald's, the scale that we have, the passion that people have for our brand, was a really once-in-a-lifetime opportunity for me.
Is it true that you eat there 5 times a week?
I eat at McDonald's at least 5 times a week. I've eaten a Big Mac, and I think it's well over 20 countries around the world. I love our food. My children are big fans of Happy Meals. My son, who just turned 8, had his first Big Mac. And it's certainly a part of our family's diet.
And is there any, because I know that there have been a number of iterations and different kinds of executions under I'm Lovin' It, is there anything that you're particularly proud of? Any work that you consider a kind of model that epitomizes it?
Well, when I look at some of our strongest countries, and I look here at Cannes, where we are today, the U.S. has some very, very strong films that are in contention, so I have high hopes for the U.S. The U.K. has several things in film as well as integrated. We just won a bronze media lion from Korea. Wonderful idea. I have high hopes for some of the work coming out of India, Sweden, and Poland. So we're seeing the creative bar for McDonald's rise all around the world. And you may have seen recently that we were just identified as the world's most effective advertised brand for the second year in a row. So we have a long history of doing well and doing good.
So how do you think it's going to evolve in the coming years?
I wish I had a crystal ball. I don't know. All I know is that we will constantly look for ways to improve our advertising and how we connect with people. And clearly, the digital revolution is in front of us. And like many, many brands that are here, we're learning as quickly as we can how to leverage the digital space, how to leverage social, how to make it part of just every creative brief that we have. So it's not that we have traditional briefs and digital briefs, we have briefs that drive our marketing.
Is there any technology you're particularly excited about?
I think obviously mobile is the next frontier, and especially when you're looking in developing countries, when you look at the Middle East, when you look at parts of Africa, when you look at India, China, the mobile phone is the screen that people use more and more and more. So for McDonald's, that means how do we leverage that platform, and how do we leverage all the screens that people are managing on their daily life?
Is there anything upcoming in terms of mobile that you can talk about?
No.
Got you. All right. Thank you so much for your time, Matt.
Appreciate it. Thanks.